Hey goons, welcome back to another Mopium Productions video. Um, in this video, I wanted to talk about peptides and what I've learned about them and what I know so far about peptides. So if you don't know what peptides are, they're essentially like research compounds or chemicals or whatever you want to call them that you can technically buy from a third-party vendor. But you're supposed to. It's supposed to be on the hush-hush, down low, low key, all that fun jazz. And if anything needs to be on the down low, it's completely ethical and legal and okay, right? So obviously peptides are not the best thing that you could do, and I feel like there still needs to be more research to be done on it, for like anything conclusive to be said about peptides. And I guess the unfortunate thing is that we don't know the long-term effects, kind of like, when vaping first came on the scene, like we didn't completely know the full long-term effects, but people were still doing it. And I feel like peptides are pushed even more now. It's very interesting because I feel like the past few years have been about like body positivity, like, eat what you want to eat, wear what you want to wear, like, as long as you're comfortable in your body, happy with your body, like stuff like that. But it feels like very recently, like literally like few months ago, like Ozempic and GLP-1s and peptides have become like really advertised or like marketed more, right? And I've kind of been holding off on talking about peptides ever since I started this channel, mainly because I don't know too much about it and I can't say anything like really conclusive about peptides. I'm more so talking about peptides in this video because I am seriously considering hopping on, Retta. I still have like about 20 to 30 or 10 to 20 pounds to lose. And I've been stuck at this weight for like the past 2-3 months that it's really starting to get on my nerves. And, I'm seriously considering like taking Retta. So I'm at a point where I've done like enough research for myself, I think. And, I've watched or I've read online, watched videos and stuff like that. And so I'm just going to kind of just explain like my thinking process, I guess, or some of my thoughts about Retta, as it is right now. So this guy's going to swing me right now, isn't he? No, he's not. This guy right here, though. There we go. Boom. No! Oh, my God. But yeah, so, Retta got... What? What am I getting kicked out for? What did I do? What did I do? I'm pretty sure if somebody presses F5, I'm out. I'm so confused. What am I getting kicked out for? Oh, man. I think I'm going to get booked to kick again. There's no way. But anyways, yeah, so I feel like peptides, specifically Retta, have started to like become more popular like since last summer. I want to say around like June or July, or at least that's when I started hearing about like peptide usage and like Retta usage. And the thing is, like, Retta is supposed to be like the same thing as like Ozempic or like any other GLP-1, and I'm surprised I killed that guy. The sawed-off is so bad. Oh, wow. Did he not see me? Oh, man. Oh, man. But yeah, when I first heard of peptides, I was a little skeptical. I was like, okay, maybe it's not, maybe it's not the greatest thing for your body, but I think it could potentially be better than GLP-1s. Like Ozempics and stuff like that. I know like 2 or 3 people that have gone on Ozempic, but more so like recreationally, not like because they needed it. The thing about like my views on Ozempic and GLP-1s is I think it's fine as long as, it's prescribed or, it's necessary for an individual, like, because it is supposed to be for people with diabetes, right? That's the whole point of GLP-1s, but now it's being abused recreationally. And, I'm not too surprised about the fact that it's being abused recreationally. I mean, that's just how many drugs are at this point, or medicine, or whatever you want to call them. Like this is how humanity has always been. We've always found, you know, really helpful, crucial drugs for people who actually need it, and then people just end up using it recreationally when not needed at all. And you know, I'm kind of on the fence about that. Like, I think if you're using it recreationally and you understand what you're doing, like you've done your research and you know, like you know what you're getting yourself into, like you're 100% confident of everything, then I think it's fine to use something recreationally. But if you have no idea what you're getting yourself into and you're just abusing it just to abuse it, that's where I start to have a problem with it. That's where I'm like, okay, like what are we doing here? But anyways, so I actually did hear about peptides a little before I saw them online, like saw them blow up online. So from what I learned in my biochemistry classes and my other chemistry classes, peptides are essentially just long chains of amino acids, right? There's different types of peptides. You can have different types. Oh my God. You can have different types of peptides, but essentially peptides are just chains of amino acids. They can be short, they can be long, they can be medium size. Usually if a peptide chain is long, then that correlates to like proteins and like, you know, all that jazz. But that's essentially the mechanism of how these recreational or experimental peptides work. Is they create these chains of amino acids, and then they target specific receptors in your body that read those specific chains, I guess you could say. Almost like, you know, your body's reading lines of code. You're feeding your body like a specific type of code, and you're saying like, hey, like I want my body to be doing this right now. That's essentially how peptides work. That's the mechanism of peptides. Now, like I said, we don't know the long-term effects. There could be, you know, some unintended long-term effects. We don't know the full story yet, so that's the problem with peptide usage. But like I said, I'm seriously considering using it, mainly just because I really want to lose these last like 10, 20 pounds. It's really getting on my nerves. I think I started at like when I started losing weight, I started at like I'm pretty sure my scale said I had a 35% body fat, which is really high. And I also had a high BMI, obviously. But with the weight I am at right now, I think I've only gone down to 20% body fat. And I'm really sad because I thought I'd be able to hit the like 15% body fat. I really want to hit 15. Like I want a taste of, oh my God, wait, hold on. Oh, I was heating up there. Oh my God, I'm so mad. Okay, I'm only 30 points away from this guy. Where did that shot come from? Oh, was it behind me? No way. What? That's bullshit. Okay. Oh. Where's everybody? Come on. Nice. Oh God. Woo! Okay, gotta be careful. And I also thought that, you know, with peptides, you have to use like a very sharp syringe, or a sharp, I don't know what you want to call it. Yeah, sharp syringe. But it turns out the syringe isn't even sharp. It's kind of like just a dull syringe you just pluck into, like, you know, a fatty part of your body. Boom. That's gonna give me points. Oh. Wait, I can make it. No. No, wait, I gotta lock in. I want to get first. No. Oh my God, wait, I gotta lock in. Oh, okay. Come on. No, please let me win. Please. Oh, did I get first? Let's go, bro. It was close. It was close. It was close. 32 headshot percentage. That's kind of ass, but yeah. So yeah. Anyways, this is kind of embarrassing to admit, but you know, I'm like this like I'm so close to wanting to take Retta, and you know, I want to be lean. I want like that 15%, 12% body fat. I've 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 I think I've kind of cursed my body because I think the only reason I was able to lose like 10 pounds a month is because I was too low of a calorie deficit. And when you put yourself too low in a calorie deficit for so long, your body gets used to that calorie count, right? So now whenever I try to eat like the normal amount that I'm supposed to eat for my body, I gain like 1 or 2 pounds the next day, or like I gain an extra pound or two, sometimes even 3 pounds. And I'm like, oh my God, okay, this like, it's such a like shot to like the heart that it hurts. It hurts so bad. And I guess I'm just too deep. I'm in too deep. I don't know what to say. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys want to hear a Reddit journey from me. But yeah, moral of the video is don't fall into peptides, or don't cut your calories too low if you're losing weight. Yeah. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please.